When you find the shadow in a person, does the shadow come from a place where we were hurt as kids, or is that our actual duality?
Well, in this lifetime, we can pinpoint the moment when the shadow came to be the protagonist one, or the overruled attitude toward life, when we find the primal hurt. For that, it's important to see which of the three personalities of creations we are, either the expansive, the neutral, or the restrictive one. Because in that way you can see where, for example, if you are an expansive one, you go to kind of walking into the past to check when you felt first helpless and hopeless and in chaos around you. So from that moment, this willfulness that is the distortion of the expansion is the divine attribute with courage and creativity, and the duality is willfulness and control. So in the moment you find when you felt helpless, hopeless, and in a lot of chaos, you start understanding when you decided to be willful and controlling in order not to feel again the helpless, the hopeless, the chaos. It's a solution against feeling the pain. So that's why I was saying that it's not about decoding or taking away the program, because thanks to that willfulness and control, you could survive. Because if you would have stayed in that pain as a little girl, your body cannot endure it. It's very profound and strong. So we needed that defense that now we call the shadow or the defense. And it's something that we can see when in this lifetime pop up, but it's a behavior that we have been repeating for many lifetimes.
You speak about these three attributes. What are they, and who? This is in each one of us: the expansive, neutral, and restrictive. Can you elaborate more on that? What is that?
Yes, we all have the three. These three attributes are in all life manifestation. It's like the expansive is the exhaling, the neutral is the pause, and the withdrawing is the inhalation. So in a sea, you see the waves go back, there is a pause, they come back. This is the normal rhythm of all creation. We as humans identify more with one, and with the one we felt more safe as children, and to be able to deal with the stressful situations we all went through. So we identify with one, we adore one in a way, and we are here in this earth to develop the three of them. To be in peace means to use when it's needed love, to use when it's needed serenity and wisdom, and to use when it's needed courage and creativity, power. For example, if you feel love, you are like vulnerable like 5 minutes. But immediately, if you are an expensive one, you're going to start being willful and controlling. That is distortion, and that's how you react to love, because that's the only frame you have to react to something. So
Why can't we just love? Why do we all of a sudden go
because
into that control?
for an expensive one, or even a withdrawal one, it's very scary to be vulnerable. So if love is triggering that vulnerability, we want to escape from it, leave it in the other side of the duality, and go to the known part that makes me feel empowered and in control, and that's the willfulness and the control. And for the withdrawal is the aloofness and the separation, And for the neutral is the submissiveness. That is not love, neither. We are over-identified with one of them. We think it's the best. We put down the ones that are not like us. We try to change everybody to be like us, willful and controllers. And because we felt good being that way, and so we create an attachment to that energy, and that give us pleasure. That's why it's so difficult to give it up. We feel empowered when we are willful, we feel in control, and we feel like warriors in the world, and we hate the ones that are submissive or aloof. I like to call in the programs more wrong conclusions than program, because in reality they are wrong conclusions made with a very limited intelligence of a little boy or a little girl. So that little girl concludes, oh, I feel better being in a tantrum, willful and controlling, than being crying and vulnerable and dependent. So I attach myself to that behavior because that gives me pleasure. We have a lot of attachment to that. And it has worked. That's why we also have attachment to it. We start trying to change when things start not working anymore. As long as they work, we don't want to change. So only when they stop working and it's creating more pain, that satisfaction is when we try to. We are kind of stubborn. Well, the first thing is to become aware. The second thing is to understand why you are like that. Which situation happened in your life that make you react that way and that you have attachment to that. And the third space is to get distance, to withdraw a little bit, to observe the situation, and to start writing down in your diary how fed up you are of the same reaction, which is the price you pay for being so tantrum and willful and whatever. So that inner understanding starts slowing down that reaction and starts allowing the other through to come through.